Hi there, my name is Vuvu. If you are new on here, please consider pressing that red subscribe button down below and joining the family. If you're an oldie, a member of the fam bam, welcome back fam, and thank you for joining me once again. As you can see, today I'm doing my November hopefully. I have been MIA when it comes to hopefullys and actuallys, which are my TBRs and wrap ups. That's what I've called them, and I'm trying to build momentum. We talked about this, you and I did speak about this. I'm trying to get back on track, cha. So this is I trying to do that. It is sprint weekend, hence I'm wearing the fully booked sprints t-shirt, and I am just trying to mute that right now, okay, Chomi? So if you are curious as to which books I'm planning to read in the month of November, please stay tuned.
So Vena _reads is an amazing book reviewer, also YouTuber. She reviews books on YouTube, and if I'm not mistaken, she also has a blog as well. So please, if for your connection with literature, get in touch with or follow at VUVUVENA_reads. She is based in South Africa, and I think it is also extremely important to follow literary content creators who are based outside of the West and in continental Africa, because they do a really good job of bridging the gap.
We appreciate you, Vuvu, for bringing us Turning Pages and for bringing us your BookTube channel.
You know, this is a chance for people to actually see some people that I really enjoy.
Please consider pressing the red subscribe button down below, and if you are returning, welcome back fam.
Vuvu, you're amazing. Thank you so much for your time.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask one favor off the bat, guys. I am trying to build my viewership in terms of my watch hours on my channel. It would do me a solid, like it would be the best move ever if you would watch my video from start to finish. And if you find any other videos that you had started on here and didn't finish, or any new videos that you want to watch, please, I beg you, we're trying to hit those watch hours as soon as we can, so that would mean a lot to me. Otherwise, without any further ado, my battery is flashing. It always happens to me and I hate it so much. If the year ends next year without me buying a second battery, shoot me. So the month is starting with me already in this one. I'm reading Empire of the Vampire by J. Christoph. It seems like a historical retelling of, account of a half-breed vampire and how he managed to do extraordinary things in the society. The vampire in question, who's our main character, is Gabriel, and he is currently telling his story to the society's or empire's historian, so that his story can be captured before he is unalived. This is what I'm getting so far. I am also pairing it with audio, and I'm only about 3 hours into the 14-hour audio, and so far I am enjoying it. So this is my priority read even during the sprints this weekend. The second book that I want to pick up in this month is The Harvard Wife. I also have already started this one. I am on page 43. For some reason I am nibbling on it even though I'm having fun, so I'm not reading it as consistently as I would like to. But this one is by Busisekile Khumalo, and she has recently released a new book in the series, and I thought, why not jump into the series while the new book is still fresh. So I'm hoping that I can get through The Harvard Wife and The Princess and the Piper, which is part of the same sort of collection. So that's what I have right now. From my gathering of the first book so far, our main character is having problems in her marriage. She is married to a politician so her husband is more interested in his constituency than he is in the marriage. He is also interested in everything that basically has a skirt or wears a skirt, and she has suffered mentally, emotionally, and even physically due to this. However, she has a very close best friend from high school, from her young days, because I think now they're in their late or mid 30s, that she that is the godmother to her daughter, who is in matric, as well as her bestest of friends. So she had planned to surprise the husband with a trip to some safari week-long vacation in Cape Town, and when things transpired that were not to her liking, she decided not to go to the trip anymore. However, the friend convinces her that they must go, so they do go, and they share the room that she would have otherwise chosen with for her and her husband. And as they're going on this trip, she takes us down memory lane, where we find out that she was one of the first black women to excel in a lot of things, to the point where she was so great at what she was studying that she got a scholarship to Harvard. And she does come from very humble beginnings. And in Harvard, she studied, I forget what it is that she studied, but anyway, and that's where she discovered herself. There's a man that she met while she was in Harvard, who basically was her first everything and the deepest love, but things didn't work out due to the meddling of certain family members, etc. And eventually, anyway, she had to come back to South Africa. So while she's at this resort, her friend hits it up with some guy that she met on the plane. I love the friend, she's my favorite character, that she met on the plane, on the flight there, and they go out to dinner, and it seems like, listen, they were gone the whole night. So she's left on her own, and she decides she's gonna go and scout out the area, see what's what on the actual resort that they're staying in. And she decides to take a nap on the beach, and then she gets bitten by, I want to say it's a Scorpio, Chomi, and yes, and it gets so bad that she passes out. Next thing, she wakes up in a strange man's bed. And the rest we will talk about when we do the review, but that's what where I am so far. And so far, like I said, I am loving it. It's just a matter of it's just, I'm taking it in chunks. And this one, I do have a note from Busegi. Let me see, did she write on both? Okay, she did write on both. Okay, let's see what she said on this one. This is the message that she wrote for me. Vuvu, always put your dreams, aspirations, and needs above those of others. It's impossible to pour from an empty cup. You have to show up for yourself before you can be there for others. Love, Busekile. And then she also said in The Princess and the Piper, Vuvu, healing begins when you acknowledge that we have been hurt and allow ourselves to be vulnerable and feel the pain without hiding it. Love, Busegile. And you know what, I love these messages so much, but something also tells me that they might have something to do with the actual story. So I would be very happy during my review if I come back and say, you know what, that note, yes, I love it for myself, but I do think that the deeper meaning was in the story. Anyway, I also plan to pick up The Dream Hotel. This was given to me by Miss Samantha Shannon herself. I'm sure you guys saw the video where I won a book hamper from Bloomsbury, UK, during the Bloomsbury International Big Night In, and Miss Samantha Shannon chose me as the winner earlier this year. So this is one of the books that I've been looking forward to reading, and this is The Dream Hotel by Leila Lalani. It's been dubbed as extraordinary, gripping, Kafkaesque. I don't know what that term means, child. Let me see. Sarah is returning home from a conference abroad when agents from the Risk Assessment Administration pull her aside at the airport. Using data from her dreams, their algorithm has determined that she is an imminent risk of harming her husband. For his safety, she must be transferred to a retention center and kept under observation for 21 days. But as Sarah arrives to be monitored alongside other dangerous dreamers, she discovers that with every deviation from the facility's strict and ever-shifting rules, their stays can be extended, and that getting home to her family is going to cost much more than just 3 weeks of good behavior. Then one day, a new resident arrives, disrupting the order of the facility and leading Sarah on a collision course with the very companies that have deprived her of her freedom. The Dream Hotel is a gripping, speculative mystery about the seductive dangers of technologies that are supposed to make our lives easier. As terrifying as it is inventive, it explores how well we can ever truly know those around us, even with the most invasive surveillance systems in place. And that, dear viewer, don't get hurt. Shh. I don't know if you can see, the dust jacket is acting up. Is the reason why this is the book I want to pick up this month, okay? The next book is also a book that I got as a package from the Bloomsbury Big Night Inn, and this is the Ark of the Fire Among the Burning Flowers by Samantha Shannon, right? This was out in September. It says, take your first steps into the epic world of the Priory of the Orange Tree. I have not read that series, so this is like a novella, the prequel to the series. And it says, the fire beneath must rage above, all must burn from shore to shore. Okay, I know the story has dragons, and you know, I think it's divided into 2 parts, before and after. And like I'm saying, I haven't picked up the Priory of the Orange Tree and the Day of the Falling Night, but I am looking forward to this, to just find out, because this would be the second Samantha Shannon book that I read, and I just wanted to just see how do we feel. But already after the first one, I was sold. I love the first series, the first book in the first series, and I'm hoping. Okay, here we go. I wanted to read you the synopsis. A standalone prequel to the Priory of the Orange Tree, telling the story of the fall of Kellen. A burning spring grips the kingdom of Kellen. That's what we're gonna say, okay? If I'm wrong, sorry. Sure. Listen, I don't know how to pronounce most of the words and names in fantasy books. Let me just be real with you, and that's just that about that. So if I'm reading it in my head, I'm like, yep, you know. But if I have to say it out loud, it's another story. But a burning spring grips the kingdom of Kellen. Marosa Vetalda is a prisoner in her own home, controlled by her father, King Sigoso. Over the mountains, her betrothed Albrecht Lievelin rules in all but name. Together they intend to usher in a better world. A better world seems impossibly distant to Estina Melogo, who has the draconic beasts that have slept across the continent for centuries. And now the great Rim Feridal seeks vengeance upon humankind, and Yaskelin will be the first to fall. Chumi, all I heard is that there are dragons that are sleeping across this continent, and they've been asleep for years. They better wake up. That's all I'm here to tell you. And I'm gonna pick this one up because deep down I believe these beastly beasts will be awoken, and if I can know how it all began. So that's that on that. And then the last book I intend to pick up is Slaying the Vampire Conqueror by Carissa Broadbent. It's a Crowns of Nyaxia novel. kunzima yazi, kunzima. This video took everything out of me. If it's not interruptions, it's batteries dying, it's throats not coming to the party. Okay. She was commanded to kill him with a single strike to the heart. She didn't expect her own to betray her. Selena is a dedicated acolyte of the Arakhesan, follower of the goddess of fate and trained assassin. When the brutal vampire conqueror Atreus arrives on the shores of her human homeland, Selena is tasked with her most crucial mission yet: infiltrate his army and earn his trust and kill him. Atreus is a terrifying warrior, carving an unstoppable path through the kingdom of Glea. But when Selena joins his ranks as his new seer, she glimpses a dark and shocking past and a side to him that reminds her far too much of parts of herself she'd rather forget. Selena's orders are clear: Atreus cannot live. Yet Selena cannot deny her growing attraction to Atreus, a connection that is forbidden by her vows, a connection that could cost her everything. Slaying the Vampire Conqueror is a fantasy romance set in the world of the Crowns of Nyaxia series from Carissa Broadbent, the author of The Serpent and the Wings of Night, The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King, and The Songbird and the Heart of Stone, which I have read all of those, so this is the next one that I need to pick up and I look forward to it. For making it this far to the video, please can you leave me a picture of a red rose for this cover. Yes, there is a sword facing down and it looks like it's rose petals or blood. I don't know, just leave me a rose, John. The leaf can be falling, the leaf can still be on, but a picture of a rose will do to show me that you made it this far. And thank you so very much. I truly appreciate you for watching the entire video, and until next time, I truly do love you guys for choosing me. Bye for now.